It's Father's Day weekend right now as I'm filming this, and if you've got any books on Amazon that are even loosely connected to dads, things like journals, activity books, memory books, anything, you're probably seeing some extra sales on those listings. And if you don't have any of those books, I want to show you exactly what you're missing out on, because what's happening on Amazon right now is actually completely predictable. It happens every single year at exactly the same time. And once you start including it as part of your self-publishing plan, it actually becomes one of the most reliable things about this business. That's what this video is about. I'm going to show you what seasonal publishing actually looks like when you're in the middle of a spike. We'll go through the full calendar of opportunities across the year and show you how to make sure you're never too late to take advantage of them. Now, if you are new here, I'm Caroline and I'm a self-publisher who has been creating and selling books on Amazon for 8 years, and on this channel I show you how to do the same. So I'm on Amazon right now and I'm looking at the top 100 best-selling books across the whole of Amazon, and look at this. This sort of thing makes me super excited to be someone who does publish low and medium content books. Look at the #1 book on Amazon right now. This is a medium content book, a guided prompt journal. Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story is the name of the book, published just last year in 2025, and it is now the #1 book on Amazon because of Father's Day this weekend. I want to talk about this book for a second because it's a perfect example of why seasonal publishing works the way it does. And for the part that I always get excited about is, let's go and see what this is going to do for this self-publisher during this Father's Day gift buying period in terms of money. Holy cow. According to Amazon's sales calculators, this is the Kindlepreneur book sales calculator. This book is estimated to be selling around 67,000 copies this month. And at $14.99 a copy, that's the sales price, that is somewhere in the region of $420,000 in royalties in a single month from one book. Now, I'm not telling you this to make your jaw drop. I'm telling you because I want you to understand why this book is doing that. It's not because it's the most beautifully designed book on Amazon. It is not because the publisher has a massive social media following. It is because of the emotional hook. Think about what this book is asking a dad to do. It's asking him to sit down and answer questions about his life so that his family has those stories forever. That's an incredibly powerful thing to give someone. And crucially, it's not just a gift, it's an experience. The person giving it isn't just handing over a book. They're saying, I want to know you better. That's why it does command a price point like $14.99 when a lot of books in this niche, in the guided prompt journal niche, are sitting at around $9.99. The emotional value justifies the price, and buyers don't hesitate because they're not really buying a book, they're buying a meaningful gift. And that's what I mean when I talk about the gift angle being everything when it comes to seasonal publishing. Books that feel personal, that feel like they were made for a specific person in a specific moment, they sell at a premium and they sell in volume. Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story isn't ranking #1 by accident. It's ranking #1 because someone somewhere figured out exactly what a child wants to give their father and made a product that delivers that perfectly. That's the template. The niche, the emotional hook, the giftability. That is what you're looking for when you're researching your own seasonal books and your own seasonal niches. But let's quickly pop back to Amazon and let's keep going through the rest of the top 100 best-selling books at the moment, because I think we're going to see a lot of Father's Day books in there right now. So after our #1 guided prompt journal, we do have some children's picture books, Why a Son Needs a Dad, Why a Daughter Needs a Dad. We've got some dad jokes, so they are classed as sort of maybe a more medium content book. We have How to Catch a Daddysaurus, some more children's picture books. We have another guided prompt journal there focusing on dads. So a lot of these are not low and medium content books, but I just want to show you that every single type of book, every single publisher, whether they are a self-publisher or they are a big name publisher, every type of niche is affected by seasons and holidays through the year in a very positive way. Now, I've just gone onto Amazon itself and searched for Father's Day book, and look at what's coming up. These top results all have bestseller badges on them, and if you click into any of these listings, you'll be able to see the BSR. I have a free Chrome extension installed, which makes it so much easier, and it puts the BSR right here under the books within the search results. Now, The BSR is a bestseller rank, and these numbers just tell you how fast a book is selling relative to everything else on Amazon right now. And right now, during Father's Day weekend, these ranks are really, really moving. So you can see that there are books ranked in the hundreds. These books are selling multiple copies every single day. And look at the types of books that are doing well. There are journals for dads. There are activity books that kids can fill in and give as a gift. There are memory books, funny books, children's picture books. The common thread is that they are all gift driven. Someone is buying these for their dad, their husband, their granddad. They're not browsing for the perfect book. They're looking for something to give someone they love, and they need it now. This is what a seasonal spike looks like from the outside. And the thing is, this exact pattern is going to happen again and again. Not just next Father's Day, but in a few weeks for back to school, and then Halloween, and then Christmas, and the calendar never changes. Now, finding niches with this kind of seasonal potential is something that a lot of people struggle with, knowing even where to start looking. So I put together a free report with 100 profitable Amazon KDP niche opportunities, and you can grab that completely free. The link is down in the description box below. It'll give you a solid starting point if you're not sure what direction to go in. Link is below. Go and grab it. It costs you nothing. Now let's get into the seasonal publishing calendar and let me show you what I mean. If you map out the entire year, there are seasonal windows happening almost every single month, and they all follow the same pattern. Demand builds, it peaks, and then it drops off. The people that make the most of these windows are the ones who planned ahead. Starting in January and February, you've got New Year's books like habit trackers, goal planners, fresh start journals. Then we've got Valentine's Day, which is huge for couple journals, love letter books, romantic gifts. We've got March and April next, which bring in Easter activity books and spring themed content. May is up next, which is Mother's Day, which behaves almost identically to what we're seeing right now with Father's Day. Gift-driven, emotional purchases, books that feel personal. And then you've got summer and back to school, which is one of the biggest windows of the whole year for children's educational content like workbooks, handwriting practice, reading logs, math books. Parents are actively buying these in the middle of the year to prepare for the new school year. Then we've got Halloween in October, and it's a strong one for activity books, spooky coloring books, kids content especially. And then you're into the Christmas season, which is honestly in a league of its own. Gift books of every kind do well, and it starts a lot earlier than you think. There are smaller moments as well throughout the year worth knowing about. Things like Grandparents' Day, Teacher Appreciation Week, graduation season in May and June. These are less obvious, but that also means a little bit less competition. I want to show you something. If I search for Christmas activity books right now on Amazon or any type of Christmas book, the titles already ranking well at the top of these results have been live for months. They're not doing super great because we're not into the Christmas buying period yet. Some of them have been live since early in the year, some of them for more than a year, and that is not an accident. These publishers know that Amazon needs time to index a book and start surfacing it in the search results. You cannot publish a Christmas book in November and expect it to rank in December. The algorithm does not work that fast. Which brings me to the most important thing about seasonal publishing, and that's lead time. As a general rule, you want your seasonal book live on Amazon at least 6 to 8 weeks before the peak buying period. And that is as a minimum. Really, you should be aiming for 2 to 3 months before. So for Father's Day, that means publishing in March or early April. For Christmas, you want your book live by at least October. At the absolute latest, earlier is definitely better. For back to school, you're looking at publishing in the first quarter of the year. I mean, if you miss the window, the book still exists. It might still earn something, but you missed the spike that year. And that spike is where a lot of the money is, as we saw with the Father's Day books that are peaking right now. Now, before we get into how to actually get started publishing seasonal books for yourself, I want to take a quick minute to talk about something that makes running a self-publishing business like this a whole lot more professional, and that's having your own website. I use Hostinger to build all my self-publishing brand websites, and they are the sponsor of this week's video. And I want to show you their AI website builder because it makes building a website something actually anyone can do, even if you have never done it before. And the reason a website matters for what we're talking about today is this. When you're building a seasonal publishing brand, you want somewhere that's yours, somewhere that you can send people, somewhere that you can build an email list. You can promote your upcoming book releases and not entirely be at the mercy of Amazon's algorithm. A website gives you that. And I know what you're thinking. I've got books on Amazon. Why do I need a website? And look, you can absolutely build a self-publishing brand without one and still make money. But here's the thing. Amazon controls the relationship between you and the people who buy your book. The customers belong to Amazon, not you. They don't give you your buyers' email addresses. You can't contact those customers directly. And if you have a problem with your account, your income can stop overnight. Let me show you how it works. Go to Hostinger using the link. It's down in the description box below. We are going to be selecting the business website builder plan because it'll give us access to the AI website builder and the option to add an online store so we can sell additional products like digital versions of our books. To get the best price possible, you will want to choose the 48-month plan. It's going to lock in the cheapest price possible for the longest time possible. Also, Hostinger does have a 30-day money back guarantee, so you can try it out totally risk-free. And I also do have a coupon code that will get you an additional 10% off. So make sure to pop that in so that you can get the best price possible before you check out. Something else that is really helpful when you're creating a website for your self-publishing brand is that Hostinger hosting includes a free domain name for the first year. So if you're thinking longer term about building a self-publishing brand around your books, having your own website with a domain that reflects that can make everything feel so much more established and professional from the start. Your first step will be choosing a domain name, which will most likely match your brand name. And keep in mind, you want something flexible. So pick an amazing domain name and let's get to building our website. And don't worry if you have no idea about how to build a website. This AI website builder makes it so easy. Let me show you. We're just going to go set up our hosting and we're just going to go through and answer a few questions. We're going to be creating a new website. We want to use the Hostinger website builder. You just need to enter the domain name that you'd like to use. And if you have selected the 48-month hosting plan, you will get it free for the first year. And this is where you pop it in. It is so easy. Now, this is the AI website builder. What I love about this is that you start by just telling it what kind of website you need. You literally just type in a description, something like the prompt that I just entered, and it builds you a professional looking website from that prompt. You don't need to know anything about design. You don't need to know anything about web development. The AI tool does it all for you and it generates a complete starting point. You're not starting from a blank page. You're not dragging things around for hours trying to make it look right. The AI does the heavy lifting and you just make it yours. And what I want to show you is how quickly this actually comes together. So, like I say, from the AI prompt, it generates a website for you, not a blank template or anything you have to fill in. An actual website with sections, layouts, placeholder content, all of it. And then you customize it from there. And that whole process took literally 30 seconds. And now this is where you make those final small customizations to match your branding perfectly. I'm going to go through the key sections that you will want for an author or publisher site. So first, the homepage. So make sure you update your headline to something that tells people immediately what you publish. You want your headline to be something that is clear and searchable. Don't be clever here. Be clear. So next I asked the website builder to add a books section. And this is where you can link out to your Amazon listings. You can use the buy on Amazon affiliate link format or just your regular URL. Keep it simple. The book image, the title, and a button that takes them to Amazon. That's all you need. And I also asked it to build an online store to sell digital versions of my books so I can add an additional income stream. I've added an about section, even just a short paragraph about who you are, what you publish, what you sell. People like knowing there's a real person behind the books. And then there's an email sign up. And this is the most important one. Hostinger integrates with major email platforms so you can connect to whatever email platform that you want to use. And the goal is to have somewhere people can sign up so you can let them know when new books come out. Once you are happy with how it looks, you publish it. And the whole thing, from starting the AI website builder to having a live website, you're looking at maybe half an hour to an hour if you take your time. One mistake that people make with websites is thinking everything needs to be perfect before they launch. It doesn't. Your website will evolve as your business evolves. You can add pages later. You can change wording later. You can refine your brand later. It's incredibly easy to use and it is built for people who want something quick, clean, and professional. And this is the kind of thing that helps you move from publishing single random books into building a connected brand over time that becomes more valuable the more products that you create. If you are serious about turning this into a real business, having your own space outside of Amazon makes a massive difference. The link to Hostinger is down in the description box below if you want to go check it out. Right, so How do you actually get started publishing your own seasonal books? The good news is that it's not complicated. It just needs a bit of planning ahead, which most people skip. The first thing that I'd suggest is looking at what's coming up on the calendar over the next 8 to 12 weeks and picking one seasonal moment to focus on. Not all of them, just one. If you're watching this in June, Halloween is going to be your next target. If you're watching later in the year, then it's going to be Christmas. Pick the next window and then work backwards from the peak buying date to figure out when you need to have your book live. Then go and research it on Amazon right now before you start creating anything. Search that seasonal keyword and see what's already selling. Look at the bestseller ranks on the top listings to get a sense of how active the niche is. One thing that helps me is a free Chrome extension by Helium 10 because it has this history graph feature. It places this history graph just below the top part of the book's listing. But I love this because you can look at sales data for the past 3 years. And so what you're looking for is that spike of sales during the season or holiday that you're targeting. Next, look at the type of books that are doing well. Are they children's activity books, adult journals, gift books? Look at what the covers look like, what the page counts are, what the price points are. You're not copying anyone. You're trying to understand what's working so that you can create something that fits into what buyers in that niche are already looking for. The other thing worth thinking about is the gift angle. The seasonal books that sell the best tend to be the ones where someone is buying it for another person. That's why Father's Day books, Mother's Day books, and Christmas books do so well. They're purchases driven by love and they're driven by occasion, not just usability. If your book feels like something you'd want to give someone, you're on the right track. And once you've published your first seasonal book and it's done well in that window, that's it. The book exists forever. Next year, you've got the same window, the same spike. The work that you do this year compounds. And that's really the thing about seasonal publishing that I think doesn't get talked about enough. It's not just a way to make money this Father's Day or at Christmas. It's a way to build a catalog that earns more predictably year after year. Each seasonal title that you add is another asset that spikes on schedule and keeps building year after year. If you are going to get started, pick one upcoming seasonal window, do your research on Amazon this week, and give yourself enough lead time to actually publish your book before the peak. That's all there is to it. And if you haven't grabbed that free niche report yet, the link is down in the description. 100 profitable KDP niche opportunities, completely free. It's a good place to start if you're looking for your next seasonal niche. And if you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks that you might like these ones too. So please go check them out to learn more about publishing your own low and medium content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.